So, without further ado, everybody, Jamar from The Voice is on The Biz with D. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Thanks for having me, homie. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you for coming on the show and being excited and just being amazingly dope. Like, oh my gosh.
You're too kind, brother. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Oh, I'm being so serious.
Well, man, I support what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I support anyone that has a dream. And they're doing whatever they need to do to fulfill that dream. And so, man, it's my pleasure to, invest in your dream. So thank you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. So let's get started. So I know that you were on the show The Voice. Let's just talk about how that experience was for you overall.
Oh, well, overall, it obviously changed my life. And, you hear people say that, like, their lives have changed, but it really did. I was able to move to L.A., and I can't even begin to talk about all of the amazing things I've gotten to do over this past summer, and just the people I've gotten to meet and the music that I've gotten to put out and the music I am working on. Just a year ago, I really was just living in the Bronx, walking dogs to make money, just singing in my bedroom, kind of like putting videos up on Facebook, and now I get to actually, like, live my dream, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the experience on The Voice definitely opened so many doors for me, but it also made me stand a little bit taller. It gave me a little more confidence,
Right, absolutely. And I can tell that it's definitely giving you confidence because, I mean, I can totally have seen it. I totally, oh my goodness, saw that transition from when you first came on the show and just listening to what, your story. And let me tell you, I'm really touched by your story and how you took your story and you really fought for what you believed in your dream. So I must commend you on that because that's hard for a lot of artists and just people in general in life because that's a struggle.
Well, thanks, brother. And, it's just about living your truth. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes every single day. But I think that the reason people took such a liking to me is because, I'm them. I'm you. We're all in this together, So I'm glad that you were able to see that, and I appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. I have a good eye, a good ear for stuff like that. Like I told you, I'm an artist as well. So I see these things. People be like, David, you've only been officially singing for a year and a half in the game, but I've been in this game a long time, it seems like. So I can
but as long as you don't quit, man, that's all it really comes down to, just not quitting.
Oh no, I couldn't quit. That'd be like, a slap in the face for God. So I couldn't do that. So let's talk about your story a little bit, just in case some people aren't really familiar about what I'm referring to.
Sure.
Tell the listeners about your story a little bit.
Yeah, man. I was addicted to drugs as a teenager, specifically crystal meth, and I was just really reckless and was really promiscuous and shared needles and became HIV positive as a result of that. And I'd been living with HIV for 5 years when I decided to actually talk about it on NBC. And since NBC gave me the opportunity to share my heart, I've gotten to go around the entire country sharing my heart with people on a face-to-face level, and it's just, man, it's been amazing. It really has been amazing. I think that it's so funny that the one thing that kept me so ashamed and under fear for so long has actually been the one thing that has kind of allowed me to live my dreams. So the biggest lesson I've learned is that fear can't rule my life. Fear cannot rule our lives, because if we make decisions based on fear, well, then you have no idea what you're holding yourself away from. If we'll just be willing to take that next step. I mean, listen, we can't be afraid of failure, because you can get 100 no's, but all it really does take is one yes, and that's what I've gotten to learn.
Right, and that is so true. And once again, I've got to commend you on that, because those kind of things, and you being so open and honest and wanting to tell the world, that being HIV positive and you've been living with that, like that's brave. You know how many people in this world don't go around saying that kind of stuff that are probably in the industry?
Well, it's only because we don't see people living with it. And so I figured that maybe if I come out and say, this is what a dude, in 2012 looks like living with HIV, then maybe other people would be, emboldened to step up and share their story. So maybe this thing won't be just, one of those things we whisper about. We could be like, oh yeah, I know so and so, they're living with HIV, but it's not, it's a chronic illness. It's been relegated from a death sentence to a chronic illness. So why aren't we talking about it the way we're talking about diabetes and asthma and other chronic illnesses?
Right. Oh my goodness. You know what? You don't even know why I just said this. We gonna have to have a conversation briefly when we get off the air, stuff like that, because I just sparked a nice idea about something, but I can't tell everybody. But oh my goodness, wow, that's so true. It definitely is true. Now I've got to ask you, who are some of your musical influences, because your tone is sick and it's very different and unique from Not a Problem with the artists that are out now. So who are some of your musical influences?
Well, growing up, I was only allowed to listen to gospel music, so like my roots is definitely like steeped church music. But as I got older, I began to introduce myself to Ray Charles, Little Richard, James Brown, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, like just these strong black men with these strong tones that were singing from their souls. But then, some more modern day artists, of course, CeeLo. CeeLo has been actually a musical influence of mine for a long time, because I had never heard a voice like that, Prince, most definitely. John Legend, when John Legend first came out, I probably played Let's Get Lifted like a million times. Anthony Hamilton. And then, I also have some, and then I also have some 80s influences that really like, those are like influences on my voice, but then I also have like musical influences like Depeche Mode and the Eurythmics and Talking Heads and Flock of Seagulls, a bunch of 80s bands that I really identify with. So, yeah, that's where I am.
Wow, that's dope. Now, you mentioned Anthony Hamilton. He's a great friend of this show. So what is your favorite song by Anthony?
Charlene, man. Well, it's a tie. It's a tie between Charlene and Lucille. I love them both. Anthony Hamilton, man, that first album, next time you talk to him, tell him I was really, really feeling that first album, man. That first album got me through some stuff. I just want to say that.
I will. I sure will, because he wanted to come back, and so are you for our New Year's show.
Oh, so
I'm going to let him know before that. I would definitely let him know. So I know that you've been working on new music. You're currently recording your album right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about the music and what direction you're going for.
Well, I'm actually not recording an album. I'm recording an EP. So it's going to only have about 5 or 6 songs. And that's going to be in February. The date hasn't been decided upon yet, but I'm thinking later February. Right now it's called Projector. And basically it's going to be how do I put this? It's definitely soul music, because anything I sing is going to have a touch of soul to it. But musically, it's definitely on. It's definitely has a lot of 80s influences, a lot of 808s. There's some hip hop beats in there, but it's really kind of electronic driven. So there's a lot of synths in there. So it's basically like 80s music meets Marvin Gaye or meets Sam Cooke. And I'm just singing about basically the reason I call it Projector is because I'm talking. What is it that I really want to project to the world? I really don't want to be famous for the sake of being, Jamar Rogers. I want to be a projector of love and peace and unity. And so that's the message that I'm projecting, and definitely a second chance and redemption, and letting everyone out there know that, I don't care if you were homeless. I don't care if you were selling your body. I don't care what it is that you are coming from. The sky is the limit for you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you cannot accomplish. So I just want people to get up and to stay up, and any time that you fall down, get right back up and brush yourself off, because there's a world that really needs to see our talent. And so that's why it's called Project. And the music's really, really dope, man. The beats hit hard. It's going to hit your subwoofers super, super hard. So, yeah, it's going to be super dope.
I can believe it. I believe it already. And I'm looking forward to hearing the new single that you're going to be releasing in December. Let's talk
4th.
about that. Yeah, December 4th.
Man, it's a song called High. I've done it, gosh, probably 40 times this summer, and every show I do it at, people really identify with that song the most. And really, it's just a song about my experiences with crystal meth and finding love as a drug to get, as opposed to meth, and choosing to be addicted to love instead. Mm-hmm. And when you say it like that, it sounds kind of like a cheesy concept, but it's, man, who can't relate to just maybe people don't use drugs to get high, but who hasn't been addicted to their significant other, and then they get in obsessive relationships, or there's people that they turn to food, or they turn to television or alcohol as an escape. And what I'm saying through this song is, listen, I see you, I know what you're going through because I've been there, but there are healthy alternatives that we can choose to get high on that'll keep us around a lot longer. So this song, man, it's emotional. The beat is super sick, and I'm expecting it to do really great things. So, yeah, December 4th, be on the lookout for that.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it, and I can definitely relate to the feeling of being high, period. I ain't talking about that high, drug high or anything. I ain't never been down that. And not, again, no offense to anybody that's listening or to yourself that has, done that stuff. But, I mean, I can relate when it's the love high or a music natural high.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing can beat that.
Nothing can beat that. So I can dig it with that. I'm looking forward to it. You got to let us hear that joint, because we would definitely have that rotation.
Word. You're gonna like it. Trust me.
Cool. So you're also on the 26th of November. You're going to be on CeeLo's Christmas special. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. That was so much fun. I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago and got to perform with some people from seasons 1 and seasons 2 of The Voice. And the Muppets also made an appearance, and Rod Stewart and Eric Benet. And it was just really cool to share the stage with CeeLo again. James Massoni, who was also in my season of The Voice, the two of us, we joined CeeLo on a song, and then we did a really big group number at the end. It was just a lot of fun. I think it's going to be one of those Christmas specials that people are going to always remember, because it's just really lighthearted and a lot of fun. And CeeLo's a nut, man. He's all over the place. So yeah, man. And he kept his word to me. He calls me about once a week or shoots me a text just to check on me and make sure I'm doing okay. So it's really great that we were able to forge a friendship from that show.
Yeah, that's great. And he definitely seems like a man of his word. And I'm glad that you were on his team, because, I mean, it was just so right. And the connection, the chemistry that was with that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I could have seen you on Christina's team.
Well, she didn't turn her chair around for me, so that wasn't an option.
I always think to myself, if I audition for this show and I make it, and they all turn their chairs around, who am I going to say? I say I'm going to do Adam or Christina. It would have to be between those two, but it'd be Christina, because...
Well, Christina's taking a little break. Shakira took over her spot, so you might have missed that opportunity. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Shakira and Usher are taking over for CeeLo and Christina. Yeah.
Ooh.
Might be kind of interesting. I know, right?
That is going to be interesting. I didn't know that. Is this already for this season right now, or is this going to be the
for the next
one?
season? They've actually already filmed. They're in the process of filming the blind auditions right now for that, and that'll probably debut in February of next year, maybe.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because Christina's about to get busy with her project.
Exactly. And, CeeLo, he has a residency in Vegas where he'll be doing 4 nights a week at Planet Hollywood in Vegas, so he wanted to take the time off to promote his show and promote his Christmas album, and
right.
I'm trying to get on his Vegas show just a couple of nights, fatten that wallet up a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Shoot, I definitely would. I mean, you've already been on the show and had other, media coverage, publicity with that show, but get what you can take out of, this situation, even after the fact. And I say that to anybody who is listening right now that wants to do a show such as The Voice, Idol, whatever, or has done that. Definitely, take every open opportunity.
Well, I mean, I think you can actually kind of apply that principle to just life. Sometimes we enter into relationships, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, whether it be business partnerships or friendships with people, and it's not supposed to be a permanent relationship. It's just supposed to be seasonal, And sometimes we try to turn these seasonal things into permanent things, and it just doesn't quite fit. So if we would just kind of learn to discern what is temporary in our lives and what we're supposed to learn from that person in that during that time, as opposed to thinking it's going to run on forever, because chances are it's not. And then you just kind of go on to the next level, and you take those lessons that you just learned, apply it to the next thing, and then, life is all about transition. We're always transitioning,
That is so true. That's very true. So, Jamar, I know you have a busy schedule, but
yes,
I've got to ask you this one question before I say can you do a drop, all this other crazy stuff. What is your ultimate favorite song of all time?
Oh, jeez. Of all time, man. I can give you maybe a top 3, because I don't know if I could pick my favorite song of all time. But it would definitely, top 3 would be Purple Rain, Prince. Second one would probably, I'm narrowing it down in my head right now. Man, I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. And, that's a good song. And the third one would have to be X Factor, Lauryn Hill.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, those would probably be my top 3.
That's probably in my top 10, because I can't even come up with my top 3.
I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of really great songs out there.
Those are great songs. I love Lauryn. I can see.
Man, what happened to Elle Boogie? I miss her. I love her. So I just have to put that out there, man. I was a really, really, really big fan of Lauryn Hill back in the day.
Yeah, and she was back in the 90s. She was really doing her thing extra hard.
She was, but I'll tell you something, man. I haven't even hit the apex of where I'm going in my life, but I'll tell you something, that this Hollywood stuff will get to you if you are not careful, and if you are not certain as to what your purpose is. My purpose, I honestly feel like my purpose in life isn't to be a big pop star. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the path that I'm chasing. So I just know my lane, and what I'm hoping, Miss Lauryn Hill, if you happen to be listening, you stumble across this, is that you've gotten some time to get yourself together, but come back because we miss you.
Yes, please come back. I'm co-signing on that one.
Word.
I'm totally co-signing on that, but oh my goodness, I'm still shocked and glad that I got you to come on the show. Wow, I seriously do appreciate it, and wish you nothing but the best of luck and success.
Thank you so much, brother.
You're really doing the damn thing, and you definitely have to come back and debut the single, and when your EP comes out, we definitely want you to be a good friend to the show. Word,
you got it, man. I really appreciate you, bro.
Not a problem. So what other projects besides the EP are you currently working on that you might not have told the world yet, but you're ready to kind of tell us?
Well, if I haven't told the world yet, it's for good reason. But there are. I'm a firm believer that there's a timing for everything, and what I don't want to get into the habit of is letting everyone know what's all the way on my plate, because if things fall through, I don't want to get people's hopes up. But
right,
there are some television opportunities for me to be back on TV on a regular basis. And what I can say is that I am writing for TheInsider.com, and I will be their red carpet correspondent. Thank you. I will be their red carpet correspondent at The Voice for the Insider. So, I mean, I'm staying busy for sure with writing that and writing the album, writing my book. Yes, you're right. I've been super busy.
You just reminded me. I still I'm in the process of writing the book.
Oh man, it's hard work, but it's pretty rewarding.
Mhm. Would you be able to tell us what you're writing your book about?
Oh, absolutely. It's called So Far, and it's just basically my life so far. Because I by no means think that I'm so great that I need to have a book of memoirs. But
right.
I do think that there's things that people know about me, but there's lots of little stories that people don't know about me. And I want to address being sexually abused as a child, and I want to talk about how sexual abuse actually destroyed my family when I was a teenager, and there's just other things that are part of my story that I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about at length. And so the book that I'm writing is not a woe is me kind of book, like, oh, look how effed up my life is. It's basically to say, look, this is my story so far, but yet I'm so far from where I've come from, and then that's basically what it's about.
Wow. I'm looking forward to reading that book.
Thank you, brother.
Then when that book is out, you're going to have to come back again. We got to have you like three different times.
I love promoting things, so that won't be a problem.
Okay, because I'm the exact same way as an artist. You gotta promote. You gotta have that good PR and everything. And just before I let you go, let's talk about having great PR, because I tweeted about it, and I want to know what your takes is on having great PR, because some people just don't understand why having great PR is important with being in this industry.
Well, man, you're preaching in the choir. It was actually through The Voice that I learned the importance of great PR. And basically, here's the thing. I just want to make music. If I could just sit and make music all day and then put it out there and let people hear it, I would be very happy. The problem is if you're doing that all day, then no one knows about it. And so it's say you can't afford a publicist. I'm fortunate enough to have a really great publicity team, but, I didn't always have a publicist. And so it's a full-time job keeping up with all of your social media. Now, the good news is with the publicist, they can, obviously they can book you on larger venues to get your message out there. But when you're really working for yourself, you really, really have, there is no time for slacking. And I have to admit to any of my fam members that have been listening, I took a 3-day social media break last week because I was in the studio and I was writing and I wanted to stay focused. But normally I don't take that many days off because it's just not smart PR.
I saw that.
It's not smart PR. You know what I'm saying? People want to know what you're up to. People are curious to know what it is that you're working on. And, it's a shift. It's a shift. It's hard work, but it's definitely necessary.
Absolutely. It is necessary. And I'm glad that you were able to just answer that question for me, because a lot of people don't really understand it. And I'm glad that, I'm glad that you know, but I'm glad that you put it out there in the universe, because it's just something that needs to be known.
You're right, man. Well, here's the thing. It's a difference between making music in your room or making music on a scale where people can actually hear you. It's just up to you to decide how far you want to go.
Oh, man. You preach. You might need a segment on this show.
I really appreciate you for having me on, brother. To anyone out there listening, happy Halloween, everybody. I actually have a Halloween dinner to attend myself. So,
right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, yes, happy Halloween. I keep forgetting happy Halloween, everybody, and Mr. Jamar. I swear, I forgot. I'm like, it feels like a regular day, because all I've been doing is working like a slave. And but anyway, I appreciate you so much again for coming on the show, Jamar. Any final remarks and social media sites that you would like to let people know of so that they can stay in tune with you?
You can follow me on Twitter at J Squidward. Squidward like SpongeBob's friend, spelled the same exact way. I have a music page on Facebook It's facebook.com/Jamar Rogers The Voice. You can stay up to date with me on there, or you can check me out on Whosay, WHOSAY, Whosay.com/Jamar Rogers. And that's that. I just want to thank everybody that still shows me love on a daily basis. You know, the Voice ended back in May, and people are still constantly messaging me and letting me know how much they support me and love me. And so I just want to say thank you. That does not fall on deaf ears. There are days that I really, really need to hear that. And so I just want to say thank you.
Absolutely. And for myself, on behalf of all the fans and people that are listening, not a problem. It's only right to, show love and give the proper props to somebody who has been through so much and working so hard. So that's not a problem. You deserve it.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
No problem. All right.
Well, you enjoy your evening, brother.
I sure will. Could you do a